In this video, we're going to explore, and this is one of the videos, this is basically more of my personal documentation as I want to learn as well. Have you not ever wondered, and this is basically why I make this video, have you not ever wondered how does a programmer truly learns when they're starting out? Because you see these programmers, they are professionals and they're extremely top-notch, and I love it. But then if I look at it, I always feel intimidated, say, oh my goodness, I don't even know these kind of things, and there's a lot of things you can learn, and a lot of things you have to consider, and all I think is, well, maybe I need to learn more. But the truth is, the way to learn any language is by making stuff that has any practical use for yourself. Just create something small, a small tiny project, and once you do it, as you go along, you will learn all kind of things. So let's do that. And so I thought, all right, why don't I just document myself, what I'm doing, and record these things, and so you can watch what I'm doing. And you will see I make a ton of mistakes on here. So that's a fair share of warning. So this is not a course basically here to show you immediately how to do something. No, this is basically how I guess a developer really works. So this is just a documentation of my personal journey in programming. All right, so let's start and look here. So what I'm going to make today is a video, or sorry, not a video. We make a tool where we can see opening hours, and if today is today's Wednesday, so if today is Wednesday or whatever the day would be, it will highlight that day, indicating this is, or it will be bold and bolded, which you quite commonly see in many websites. You can see, all right, today is Wednesday, so it will highlight the color of the opening hours. So today is Wednesday, it opens from 9 up till 10 in the afternoon or evening. So basically that's what we're doing. Alright, so let's start and explore how we're going to do this. Well, the first thing what we need to do is we have here a very basic HTML template. And again, if you're maybe interested in learning Chart.js, check out my Udemy course. It's in the description box. However, what we're going to do here now is just practice some basic JavaScript and create a opening hour list where we can show the opening hours and highlight them. Alright, what we're going to do here, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create here a very basic, and I have here a basic card you can see here. Nothing special. And it should not be even things, it should be opening hours. Alright, maybe it could be like this, that's the correct way to write it. Alright, so we put in here, we say here, opening hours shop ABC. Alright. There we are. And then what we want to do is we want to create a list here. Yes, I'm going to create a unordered list. And in this unordered list, we have a list item. So I'm going to give here, because this is Bootstrap 5.0. So I'm going to use Bootstrap class of 5.0. So we say here class list unstyled. And then in here we have the closing tag. All right. And here we can say day, we can say Monday, then here from 8 a.m. to, let's say, 8 p.m. All right, we're open for 12 hours a day, but there are some exemptions on different days. So we have here in total 7 of these. Now I'll just copy this. Makes more sense. There we are. All right. So we have Monday, we have here Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Sunday we are sadly enough, oh sorry, Sunday we are closed. Saturday we are open at 12 noon. Up till 6 p.m. And on Tuesday we are open until 10, etc. You can make up here whatever you want. And here Friday, because this is a special day, we are open till midnight. So midnight from 8. There we are. Close or closed. We can put in closed, probably is more commonly used, closed, as the shop is closed. Alright, so now we have this. We have this one here. Let's save this and let's see what happens here. There you are. It doesn't look that nice. Here's an important note. If it doesn't look nice, that's alright. And the reason why it does that doesn't matter is simply this. We're not focused here on CSS. We can make it nice. I can guarantee you that there's so much nice things you can do with this, but who cares? The goal of learning JavaScript and the goal with all these mini projects of mine and what I'm doing here and I'm showing you along is purely to get knowledge on how to create something working in JavaScript. If your code is not even perfect, because you will see these other programs, they make perfect codes with everything that you should remember, you should do. Who cares? You have a working concept. From there on, you can fine-tune. If you don't have a working concept, you should not fine-tune because there's no reason to fine-tune something if it doesn't work. As simple as that. Alright? And that was a mistake I did before. I always thought, oh, I need to fine-tune it, make it better. Refactoring. They call it refactoring. Refactor only once you have something done. Because maybe you discover in the future that, or once you complete the project, you figure out that this project was probably not even the suitable solution to your website. And then why would you refactor it? If imagine you spent 1 month refactoring it, you make it perfect, and then at the very end of it, after 1 month, you discover once you have it working as well, and now it's refactored perfectly, you discover, oh my goodness, I don't need it. I need something else. You waste your time. Don't do that. That's a big danger. Alright, so now we have here, what we're going to do here is we're going to work with this here, and from here on we have to look at items. So what we want to do here basically is this. We want to assign the item here, and what we want to do is we want to give it a color if it is Monday. Today is Wednesday, so this should be bold. Yes. So what we can do here is basically this. We can say here, we can use classes for this, or we can use something else. Or sorry, instead of classes, we can use the right term is not classes but IDs. We can do here an ID, or we can use also another option would be tag names. So that's what we're going to do here. How will we work on this? So let me think. So I have to see here. The first thing what we're going to do here is we say here document dot get elements tag name. That should be the one. All right. And what is our tag name? Well, our tag name will be li. All right. And which one will we get? Well, that will depend. So let's say 0 first, meaning this is the first one in here. Yeah, so we get the tag name li, and here dot. Then we say style. Yes, and style is basically what we're doing is in JavaScript we're going to put in a style, and this style will be based on this here, or we're going to insert a style through JavaScript, and then we say style. We can say font color. Sorry, color is capital. Yes, equals blue. So if we do this, let's see what happens here. Let's refresh. All right, it doesn't work, and let's see what's the error. All right, is not a function. Document.get elements tag name. All right, that is not. That's correct because it should be by tag name. Let's see if that works. And it works, but for some reason it does not get anything. So let's remove this and see if this will be working. No, it gives an error as well. You cannot see font color undefined. Alright, so what's going on here? It should be here the 0, meaning the first one of the tag names. For some reason this does not work. Let's see if we have here. We're going to check the styles, or we're going to check our CSS in here. And nothing happens here. If we do li, nothing happens as well. So what's going on here, or why doesn't this work? What we have to do right now is we have to Google this. Tag name. Get elements by tag name. Alright, this is the one we need. So the question here now is why are we not working, or why is it not responding? Alright, so this is it. And then what we need to do is, it could be that the font color is not correct. Oh, sorry, maybe it's just color. That could explain everything. Go back here. Alright, so that explains it, of course, because in CSS it is color for font, not font color. So as you can see here right now, and there you are, you can see we make mistakes, but as you make the mistake, you can search for the answer, and that makes you learn. And I noticed as well, if you're going to just follow along and to retype what a person types, it's boring. Plus, you don't learn because basically you're passive. You're just watching, you're following along without really thinking. Right now here, I'm forced to think. And here, this is like what I call a snake. A snake goes left and right over the ground or in the sand. And then once it hits an obstacle, for example, a rock, it will go to the right or the left around the rock. And same what we're doing here right now. We're going left and right until we go around the obstacle to solve it. And now we have it. And there we are. We got this now. Alright, so we have here now the first part. So what we can do now is we can figure out, because here is the issue. Here we get this. Yeah, so if I do number 1 here, this is an array. Refresh, there we are. Alright, so we've got this. Now what we have to do is the following. Is to start to figure out how can we analyze that this is the right one. Well, with this, we're going to work with dates. And we need to check in the date here. Let's go back here. I think I have something here with that I already searched for something. You have the date get method. Alright. And then in here you can find here the days or the weekdays specifically, the day's name, the name of the day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. Alright, what we want to do here is, let me double check, get day. Alright, that's the method we need. The get day method returns the weekday of the days of a date as a number. Alright, pay attention here. This is as a number. This is what we need. This is already basically the answer to what we need. This is already nice because basically this one gives us instantly the answer here. So let's copy this here. We can almost put it in here. But what we have to do here is the following. Alright, so it says here get day, and what it does is the following. It creates a variable with d equals new date. And this, what does this do? Well, it creates the variable. Let's double check here. Let's see what it does exactly. It will basically get the current day. What is today? What's the date of the day? And then we only extract the exact item we want, which is the day number. Alright, so let's do here console log. So we say console.log and let's search what is this D stands for. Once we do this, and then we go here and refresh, open up our developer tab, you can see here right now we have, it's the 3rd of March and it's Wednesday. Alright, and then 2021, and you can see the time and what is the time standard here. Alright, that looks interesting. So now what we need is basically we have to put in this one here. So what we can do here, we can now check again in console.log and let's search here. What does this do if we use this or apply this? Well, basically we do this. We save this here. Let's get this out. Refresh, open up our console log. Now you can see we get number 3. Alright. So we get number 3 here. So this might create an issue if this is 1 and 1 equals Monday. We can change this, put it up, or we can do some other items as well. So we have to see here basically, normally it starts with 0, but if it doesn't, as you can see here, get day method returns weekdays of a number of 0 to 6. For some reason it doesn't get. In JavaScript, the first day of the week means 0. 0 means Sunday. Even if in some countries the world considers the first day of the week to be Monday. Alright, so what we can do is we can just readjust this if we want, or else I will show you another option as well. So we do this because this will be the easiest one to do for now because it will match exactly to what we want. So what we're going to do here is we're going to copy this and just insert this here and replace that. So we save this. We remove all of this and we put in here a constant. I like to have a constant here. Alright. Go back here. Refresh. Open up our parentheses. And now you can see there we are. Alright. So this is a simple way to do it. Just in JavaScript, we just insert it in here. But maybe you say, well, wait a minute. In my country, Sunday is at the last week. So, or you prefer to use that because Monday is considered the first day, and Sunday is considered as the last day. This is like the rest day. Well, although it's always weird for me, if you really look at it, this is Monday, standing for moon, and this is sun. Well, if the sun goes up, Monday should be normally at the very end, but however, it doesn't matter. That is something else to consider, why we have these names, but that does not matter for here. So what we're going to do now is, what we want to do here is then, we're going to move this around. We move this back here, and then we get an issue here. As you can see here, now, Monday is that, and Sunday is not. So what we have to do here is we have to do get day, and then we need to play around with the get day. So what we're going to do here now is how can we get the right get day value here? Well, we can do the following here. We can say this. We can create an array with the numbers indicating the specific days. That's how we can say here an array or days of the week or weekdays, and then what we have to do here is to create an array, and this array will say here, for example, Monday, Tuesday, and this should be capitalized. That's probably better. Wednesday, and then we have here, this is Thursday, Friday, Saturday, finally Sunday. Alright, so we've got these. We have these now. Now what's our goal is basically to get this converted. We have the days of the weeks. And here we have the days of the weeks. What we need to do is we need to convert this into a different array. So what is the days of the weeks? For us, well, basically, if it's Wednesday, it is 0. Oh, sorry. If it's Wednesday, it's 3. And if it's Sunday, it's 7. So what we can do here is basically an if statement. If, and what we're doing here is if get day, see if we can get maybe a specific day name. Can we get a day name? No, we can see here we have this. This is the one. Let's see, can we get the day? Say get day, but it returns the UTI day. No, UTC day, sorry. No, doesn't show here. What we want to have is the days here. So basically this is the one we have, but we can make an if statement. So what we're going to do here, let me think here, because right now I'm also slightly confused. What we're going to do, because we have an array, our array shows this number, and then we have another array. Basically our array is this. We have here the following. Let me check. Alright, let me double consider here. This is one of our options. So after some contemplating about it, what I will do, I even paused the video because I had to figure out the most logical option right now is to probably use an if statement. So let me explain here what is the situation, because if you can define the problem, it will become easier to solve the problem, which I noticed that I was struggling to define what's the problem. Alright, to understand the problem, what is really the problem here, or where are we struggling? Well, let me explain. We have this one here, and the problem here is that this will create a value that is not desired for us. So let's save this and refresh here. You will see here now Thursday, and the reason why it's become Thursday is it sees number 3 here. The current value is number 3, but number 3 is the 4th in the array. So what we need to do is we need to change that. So how will we change this? Well, with an if statement we can indicate if ever a statement or a value equals this, in that case we want to show this number. So we create a variable or a constant. And I don't believe that the if statement is the best way, but this is the one that I would say that makes the most sense to solve now. Alright, so let's do that one first, so because that's the only way how we can solve it for now. I'm sure there are better ways. Let me know if you have. So then we say if equals 0, in that case it is Sunday. So what is Sunday? Well, Sunday, if you look in our array, is number 6 here. Yes, and to make sure that we have number 6, let's put in here number 6. Now just comment this out for now. Save that and refresh, you can see Sunday. Alright, so that's correct. So if equals 0, in that case, we will say I equals 6. And then what we can do is we can do an else if, but it's not necessary really. And the reason why is we can just keep on doing this multiple times. So we have 7 of these items. Oh. And there we are. Alright, so if this is number 1 will be Monday. So then we say here's 0. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So let's double check with this. Number 2 would be exactly this. Alright, and 6. So 6 would be Saturday, which is correct, and Saturday is the 5th of the array. Alright. So let's see now what happened if we put in get day here and then we say I. We will put in here index I. Alright. We can remove this, we don't need this as well. And now I'm going to remove this as well. Save this and refresh, and there you are. So as you can see, if statement makes it very simple, but when you're programming, you might get confused. And the reason why you get confused is, and this is the only reason why you get confused, is to first redefine what is the problem. Because what happened is as you were starting to develop or code, you start to make items, and then you suddenly start to struggle. Well, the problem is the solution is simple. There's no complexity in a basic if statement. However, if you're programming and you start to look at every possible option, and then of course you forget stuff. So that's it for now. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and apologies if it took so long, but as I told you before, this is really how coding works. Coding is not a perfect type of coding like everyone does on the videos on YouTube, which I hope I will achieve that level. But you will see that if you start to work on tiny problems here, you will start to really solve an issue. And remember, JavaScript is basically, or programming by default, is solving a problem. In other words, you're looking for a solution. So every time you program something, you will notice you might discover some other issues, like in our case here. And I'm sure that there's another issue. Imagine here we have more than one LI. We could have multiple LIs. You have again another issue here. Imagine that there's maybe a also with a branch list that also uses this item here. Then you will have a big problem as well. Of course, you will see this if we do this and refresh. Then you will say, well, it doesn't work here. This would be the branches, and here would be the items. Of course, we can solve that as well, but I will skip that for now. We'll probably have to figure out that one exactly how we're going to do it, because it's different in that case. Because probably we can do here on a ID, and then we say the nearest within this ID. The query, the select query option would be probably the most suitable one. So this is basically one of the things. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed these kind of raw videos about learning JavaScript and how I'm learning JavaScript, subscribe to my channel. And if you have any questions regarding to this, or even a better solution, post it in the comment section below, and I'll make sure I'll check at it, and who knows, I'll make a video with that solution.